The bus stop hums with morning activity, yet Max, a well-behaved dog, remains a picture of stillness and focused anticipation. Each bus arrival sparks a flicker of hope in Max's eyes, his gaze unwavering as passengers disembark. Engines roar and doors hiss, but Max stays put, a beacon of loyalty amidst the fleeting chaos. His tail wags slightly with restrained excitement as each bus pulls away, leaving him to continue his vigil. The morning sun casts long shadows, highlighting Max's steadfast figure as he waits patiently at the bus stop. The town street buzzes with life as townsfolk cast curious glances towards Max. Kind souls offer food and water, their faces etched with concern and compassion. Max accepts their offerings with gratitude, his eyes reflecting a deep sorrow. Despite the kindness, Max remains unmoving, rooted to his spot, a statue of grief. Bathed in morning light, Thomas stands at the stove, a silhouette of domesticity in the kitchen. The sizzle of pancakes fills the air, a comforting aroma promising a bright start to the day. Max, a golden retriever puppy, dances excitedly around Thomas's feet, a whirlwind of fur and joy. His tail wags with unrestrained enthusiasm, mirroring the warmth and happiness of the scene. Each movement is filled with a gentle grace, a quiet symphony of love and companionship. The kitchen, a sanctuary of simple pleasures and cherished moments in time. Under the soft morning light, Thomas and Max walk along the town street, their figures small against the horizon. Thomas kneels, his hand gently scratching behind Max's ears. A warm smile spreads across Thomas's face as he looks up at Max, a silent bond between them. He speaks softly, reassuringly, his voice filled with affection. "I'll be back before sunset." Max tilts his head, his eyes reflecting the morning sun and Thomas's unwavering love. The distant bus stop beckons, a bittersweet promise of return hanging in the air. At the bus stop, the morning sun casts long shadows as Thomas prepares to board, a sense of anticipation in his eyes. Thomas waves to Max, a gesture of farewell, as he steps onto the waiting bus. Max watches Thomas, a mix of longing and support etched on his face. The bus pulls away, carrying Thomas toward the horizon, leaving Max behind. Max's gaze lingers on the empty road, a silent promise hanging in the air. The bus disappears, a poignant moment of separation etched against the backdrop of the rising sun. At the bus stop, Max's tail wags eagerly as the setting sun paints the sky in vibrant orange and purple hues. With a sigh of air brakes, the bus arrives, its form casting a long shadow over the pavement. Max perks up, peering expectantly into the bus windows, his anticipation palpable. His tail stills, a flicker of disappointment crossing his face as he realizes Thomas is not on the bus. Under the dim glow of the bus stop, a local resident kneels, extending a hand to Max. Max remains stubbornly planted, his low growl a clear refusal. The resident's gentle coaxing meets only Max's unwavering resistance. In the quiet night, a silent standoff unfolds between kindness and canine loyalty. Morning breaks on a rain-soaked bus stop where Max remains, his fur matted and heavy with water. Despite the discomfort, his gaze remains fixed on the road, a silent vigil in the dawn. A glimmer of hope shines through his determined eyes, undeterred by the relentless rain. He waits, a solitary figure against the backdrop of the awakening city, loyalty etched in every line. Weeks drift by at the bus stop. Max remains. Locals offer kindness, bringing food and water to sustain him. A woman approaches Max, her eyes filled with compassion. She extends a hand, offering a home and a new life. But Max recoils, his eyes reflecting a deep, unyielding loyalty. He remains at the bus stop, steadfast in his silent vigil. At the bustling bus stop, Max's tail wags with anticipation, his eyes fixed on the approaching bus. Hope flickers in his eager stance as the bus doors grind open, a silent plea in his hopeful gaze. But as the doors hiss shut, unclaimed, the light fades from Max's eyes. His posture slumps, his tail drooping, a wave of disappointment washing over his furry face. He sits back down, a picture of dejection, the weight of unfulfilled hope heavy on his small frame. Again and again, the cycle repeats, hope and disappointment, painting a poignant portrait of loyalty. Inside the sterile hospital, a doctor stands, his face etched with professional grief. He solemnly addresses the authorities, the weight of his words heavy in the air. Thomas suffered a sudden medical emergency on the bus, the doctor states, his voice grave. The doctor concludes with finality, and didn't survive, leaving a silence filled with irreversible loss. The police station buzzes under harsh fluorescent lights, a hive of uniformed officers battling exhaustion and grim determination. A palpable tension fills the air, thick with stale coffee and unspoken anxieties. Officers sift through countless files, each tap on the keyboard echoing in the sterile environment. Despite tireless efforts, every lead concerning Thomas's family dissolves into nothing. The weight of their collective failure grows heavier with each fruitless search, a somber cloud settling over the station. A chilling realization dawns. There is no one to notify about Thomas's passing, leaving him tragically alone. At the bus stop, seasons blur into a kaleidoscope of gold, red, and white. Months drift by, each day etching its mark on the lonely figure. Max waits faithfully, his fur growing shaggy, a testament to time's passage. He bears the weathering of sun, rain, and snow with quiet resilience. The bus stop stands as a silent witness to his unwavering vigil. Each passing bus a fleeting reminder of what he awaits. Under the long shadows of morning, construction workers gather, their purpose clear. Renovate the bus stop. They approach Max, ready to displace him, their figures looming large. Max stands his ground, feet planted firmly, an immovable obstacle. A silent standoff ensues, determination etched on Max's face. The workers pause, momentarily thwarted by Max's resolute stance. At the bustling bus stop, morning light catches the weary faces of waiting workers. Max stands apart, his gaze fixed on a single empty spot, a silent vigil in the daily grind. The workers exchange knowing glances, their expressions a mix of pity and curiosity. Max remains motionless, seemingly lost in a memory only he can access. His unwavering focus hints at a profound absence, a void where Thomas once stood. The bus arrives, but Max doesn't move, forever waiting in his chosen place. Snow falls softly on the empty bus stop, each flake a tiny dancer in the crisp winter air. The ground is a pristine blanket, undisturbed save for the faint imprints of forgotten footsteps. The bus stop bench stands silent, a lonely sentinel in the heart of the winter morning. A hush falls over the scene as the snow continues its gentle descent, blurring the edges of the world. The air bites with a cold that stings the cheeks, a reminder of winter's unforgiving grip. Max is absent, leaving the bus stop to its solitude, a portrait of winter's quiet desolation. A frigid wind cuts through the bus stop as bundled figures huddle, their breaths clouding the winter air. Voices rise in anxious calls, a desperate chorus echoing, "Max, Max, where are you?" A child in a bright red coat freezes, a pointing finger breaking the worried crowd's frantic search. Wide, fearful eyes lock onto a devastating sight. Max lies motionless on the frozen ground. The color drains from the morning as silence descends, amplifying the stark reality of the scene. A near bus stop is covered in a blanket of snow in the dead of winter. Max is curled up peacefully, covered in snow, with flakes continuing to fall. He appears to be sleeping, oblivious to the cold and the world around him. The soft morning light reflects off the pristine snow, creating a serene scene. The bus stop stands silent, waiting for passengers as the snow continues to accumulate. Max remains still, a small figure amidst the vast expanse of white. In the crisp winter morning near the bus stop, a woman's gentle touch turns to recoil, her face etched with profound sadness. A heartbreaking realization dawns as she understands Max has peacefully passed in his sleep. The stillness of Max's body contrasts sharply with the bustling activity of the nearby bus stop. The quiet morning air hangs heavy with unspoken grief as the scene unfolds. The bus stop, a silent witness to a peaceful passing, reflects the stark beauty of winter's embrace. A moment of quiet sorrow amidst the rush of daily life, a poignant farewell at the journey's end. At the bus stop, grief hangs heavy as locals gather, their faces mirroring a shared sorrow, a community united in loss. Hands tenderly lay flowers, transforming the mundane bus stop into a vibrant memorial, a poignant tribute to Max. Each bloom placed carries unspoken stories, silent testaments to a life remembered, a community's collective grief. The air is thick with remembrance, a sanctuary of shared sorrow where the memory of Max blooms amidst the quiet tears. A weathered bus stop stands solitary by a quiet road, basking in the sun's gentle caress. A small bronze plaque adorns the bus stop, its surface gleaming with a silent story. The inscription reads, "In memory of Max, a loyal friend." Sunlight dances across the plaque, highlighting the simple yet profound word. The bus stop stands as a quiet testament, a place of waiting imbued with memory. The town thrives under the bright sun, a vibrant tableau of daily life unfolding. People stroll along the sidewalks, their voices mingling in the warm air. Cars glide through the streets, a constant hum against the backdrop of the bustling town. Though life moves on, Max's story lingers in the air, an unspoken echo. The sun shines on, but Max's memory remains etched in the heart of the town. At a sun-drenched bus stop, a young girl waits, her gaze fixed on the distant road, anticipation coloring her features. Beside her sits a dog, its loyal eyes mirroring her patience. She gently strokes the dog's head, her touch tender and affectionate. The dog's fur, a familiar shade, sparks a poignant memory, a striking resemblance to Max. The bus approaches, its rumble growing louder, yet her attention remains with the comforting presence beside her. A quiet moment of connection, a silent understanding between girl and dog at the bustling bus stop. The sun dips below the horizon, painting the bus stop in a warm, fading light. A plaque gleams, catching the last rays of the setting sun. Shadows lengthen as twilight descends, enveloping the bus stop in a tranquil hush. The air cools, carrying the promise of nightfall. Under the cloak of night, the bus stop stands in quiet vigil, a silent beacon by the roadside. Its empty bench echoes with unspoken stories of reunions and farewells. The dim light casts long shadows, amplifying the stillness and solitude of the scene. A testament to unwavering loyalty and love, it awaits the return of familiar faces. The night deepens, and the bus stop continues its silent watch.